1031 exchange is something that the government has in place through the Internal Revenue Service that allows somebody that has a commercial building to sell the commercial building, and instead of paying taxes immediately on the profit, to reinvest that profit in another piece of property. It's not a tax credit, it's a tax deferment. What it means is you take the profit and you take that profit and you put it into another similar type of investment. So if you had an office building that had 5 units in it, and you wanted to buy an office building that had 10 units in it, and the 10 units are twice as expensive as the 5 units, you can take the profit that you got from your smaller building, put it in there without paying the taxes. The taxes can keep on going, you can keep rolling and keep on doing 1031 exchanges, and it's a wealth builder. A lot of clients that I know have started out with smaller properties and have done 1031 exchanges multiple times. They've taken millions of dollars or half millions of dollars and rolled it up into multi-million and even $100 million by continuing to take the profit from one and reinvest it in another. When you're talking about 1031 exchanges, it has to be a like-kind exchange. So if you've been collecting paintings and you made a profit on the paintings, you can't take the money for the profits from the paintings and say, I'm going to go buy a piece of commercial real estate. The part of the definition of a 1031 is it's a like-kind exchange. It means that if you're collecting automobiles, it's probably to buy another automobile. Like-kind exchanges don't mean that you have to buy the exact kind of property. For an example, if you had a residential commercial property, that doesn't mean you have to buy another residential commercial property. You could go out and buy a shopping center or an office complex. There's many different things. It's still a like-kind exchange because you're still talking about income real estate. There are a couple of different structures when you talk about 1031 exchanges. An ordinary 1031 exchange normally means that somebody is ready to sell their piece of property. They have a buyer waiting in the wings to buy, and the seller therefore goes out and identifies something that he's going to buy. There are time constraints that are involved in finding the target property and in fact closing on it that have to be met. There's also the reverse 1031 exchange, where you actually bought something before you sold something. But again, just like with the regular 1031 exchange, there are time constraints in identifying the target and selling your piece of property. 1031 exchange has no limitations on the number of times that you can do it. It's a great wealth builder. I've had a client of mine that started out with a piece of property that they got $3 million for. They sold for $3 million. The next thing they did was they took that $3 million and they bought one for $7 million. They took the $7 million and found another piece of property and bought a $14 million property. $14 million property eventually got sold, and they bought something at about $25 million. The $25 million property then started to appreciate. They were able to take some money out by refinancing it. They took the refinance money, which again is not taxable, and they bought something else. It's a great way to increase wealth.